Welcome guys, guess what time it is? It's dinner time. Tonight for dinner I am making spinach and mushroom marsala, and I'm gonna make it into a lasagna dish using my pasta that I had made from another video, my gnocchi. So I'm gonna I have it sitting on some semolina flour that I'm gonna just kind of incorporate into that, make it a little bit more firm, and then I'm going to turn it into some lasagna sheets, put it in a pan and bake it in the oven. I also have some salmon that I'm going to bake as well, and it's going to have just lemon squeezed on it, some dried parsley, and a little bit of salt. And I have my oven preheating right now at 375 for my dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. So I've rolled out my dough and I've really just pressed the bottom layer in there. I put a little olive oil on the pan, pressed the bottom layer of the dough in the pan of my pasta dough, and of course I don't have my rolling pin here, so I used an old bottle of wine. And now I'm getting ready to start my mixture cooking, my spinach marsala with my portobello mushrooms, garlic, and some onion. I'm going to start cooking it in the pan with a little bit of olive oil. I got this going. I'm just going to let this cook up. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. I'm going to start preparing my salmon to put into the oven. So I've squeezed in there on top of my salmon a half a lemon. I'm going to sprinkle with a little bit of salt and some dry parsley. And that's it. Let me just squeeze a little bit more lemon in here. There we go. Oh, get those seeds out of there. Alright, I'm going to just let that sit and the lemon kind of penetrate the salmon while I'm cooking up my veggies on the stove. Alright, I'm trying to cook out all the moisture out of the spinach. It is frozen spinach, so it will put off a little bit of moisture before I add in my red wine. And this is actually about a good cup of spinach is what I had on my plate. Maybe a couple tablespoons of chopped onion, 1 portobello mushroom chopped up, the large ones, and probably about 5 cloves of garlic cut chunky because I like chunky garlic. You can use what you like, just make it healthy and delicious. Nutritious. I am going to use some red wine on this to make my little bit of sauce, and some Greek yogurt as well. I'll be back. Alright, I'm going to pour my red wine in there to deglaze my pan. A couple good tablespoons of it. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to add just a little bit more. There we go. I'll let that cook for a second and turn my heat down. And then I'm going to add my Greek yogurt. Alright, I'm going to add a cup of my Greek yogurt to my mix. I'm going to get that stirred in there. Smells so good. I'm using provolone cheese today for my cheese in this, and I'm going to actually layer on top of my spinach before I put on my top layer of my sweet potato dough pasta. kind of like a lasagna is what I'm making today. Just using the ingredients that I have, making it simple, healthy, nutritious, and delicious. All right, I'm gonna just turn that down a little bit lower and let it kind of simmer, and add it to my baking dish. I'll be back. All right, I've added my first layer in there, and I'm going to add some provolone cheese to the top of that, and then put the rest of my dough on and add the rest of my mix. And I'm going to put it in the oven and let it bake. So, provolone cheese. You can use whatever you have. This is what I happen to have on hand, so this is what I'm using. Just use a half a piece for that corner. Guys, if you're looking for a certain recipe, I'm not that person. I don't follow directions, I just wing it. So do with what you have. Don't make it difficult and complicated. Make it fun. All right, I put my other set of dough on there, and now I'm going to top it with my rest of my spinach and mushroom marsala and my provolone cheese, and bake it in the oven. All right, putting on my cheese layer, and I actually will wrap this in aluminum foil for the first little bit of cooking, and then of course uncover it to get my cheese good and browned up. Don't be afraid to try new things. Take risk. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be healthy. All right, there it is. I'm going to cover it with foil, put it in the oven, 375. Probably going to remove the foil after about 25-30 minutes. And then take the foil off and let it brown up. I'm also going to add my salmon in there in about 15 minutes. I'm going to add it along with my pasta, but not quite yet because it doesn't take as long. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so I put my salmon in the oven. It's not quite time to take the foil off the pasta dish yet. It's about 15-20 minutes that it's been in there, so I got a little bit of time left before that foil comes off, and I toast the cheese. I'll be back. All right, it's time to remove the foil, and I'm going to put the oven on broil for the last little bit just to make things golden at the top. Whew. I'll put this down. All right, I got that foil off of there. I'm gonna put it back in. It's time to golden things up. Broil is on. Let's do this. It's almost time to eat. Smells delicious in here. Listen to that bubbly goodness. Just a minute longer. It's time to plate. It's ready, guys. Almost. There it is, guys. Looks delicious. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lemon on top of my salmon. Of course, I'll have one tonight and the other one will be left over. What kind of magic can I do with that? You'll have to tune in to see. All right, now I'm going to plate my dish. All right, I'm going to go ahead and section this off into 4 pieces. And plate my dish. See if I can get this out of here without making a big old mess. Oh yeah. that. Yummy. Delicious and nutritious. All right, guys, remember, make good choices. Remember to subscribe, like, and share my videos. And I will see you next time. Bye.